Inside Michigan basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Abso Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. It's a rivalry in every sense of the word, Michigan and Ohio State. It doesn't matter the sport, but especially in basketball. Unfortunately for these two fan bases, the Big Ten schedule makers gave these two schools only one meeting during this Big Ten regular season, and it comes here at the Value City Arena. Both teams understanding the importance of this one for their NCAA tournament hopes. John Beilein and the Wolverines, fresh off the upset win over Purdue, realizing they want to double down and not give that one back.
You can play any day with these guys, anytime. You can play on the way. Right now, four road wins. That's as good as anybody in the league. 4 road wins. You can play. But you can't go out there and doubt yourself when the crowd gets loud. No, that doesn't happen on here anymore. That unity and bond allows you to do things that you never thought you could do. You know, there's all the kinds of stories about the guys pulling somebody pulling a car off somebody that, car rolls under and some weakling comes and pulls a car off people because all of a sudden they care so much they can do special things. It is true. It happens. You did it the other day. You got to understand, that wasn't a fluke. That wasn't Zach just making some shots, right? That wasn't all those things. That was just unity, all of us working together.
Well, understand this. It's not just another game. Right, Mark, Cam, it's not just another game. That's not the way they're looking at it. That's not the way we're looking at it, right, Z?
And sometimes you just got to get real nasty and you just got to get results. You can talk about it or you can be about it, but you got to go get it because there ain't no going back right now. Zach, we talked about this. You won here before, sir, and you know exactly how we got that done. Let's go out here and make it.
Michigan had lost 11 of their previous 12 in Columbus, and it looked like they had a hangover effect. U of M missed their first 5 shots while the Buckeyes found some early success, and OSU took an early 7-2 lead. The Wolverines charged right back, though, on a 7-0 run to take their first lead of the night. Zach Irvin hit a 3, and Duncan Robinson poured in another.
Duncan Robinson, left corner 3, yes, sir. Duncan Robinson finds the groove. It's now 12-10 Michigan.
For the most part, though, Michigan struggled from the floor. They shot just 33% in the half, made just 3 of their 14 triples, while Ohio State delivered 4 from downtown and scored half of their first half points in the painted area. They led at 36-28 at the break.
We gave away a couple possessions early in the game, so by giving those possessions up early in the game, you already fighting against the clock. You fight against the fans, and you fighting against a team that's already got a couple easy baskets in the rhythm. So, we really tried to make a push, but it's all about the possession that we gave up and easy baskets we gave up early.
It didn't get much better to start the second half for Michigan. Ohio State kept attacking and eventually built a 10-point lead on a pretty alley-oop to sophomore Trevor Thompson. The Buckeyes would go up by as many as 14. The Wolverines tried to make a push behind Zach Irvin and Mark Donnell, but each mini run was answered with a Buckeyes push. Donnell did do his part, though. He was aggressive and helped out on the boards with putbacks.
Irvin missed the jumper from the right baseline, got taped over the ground, and Donnell tapped it up and in off the miss. They volleyballed it around inside. Mark Donnell has had a nice game for Michigan.
Donnell would finish with 15, but that's as close as the Wolverines would get. The only solace is the fact that Zach Irvin scored his 1,000th career point, the 50th Wolverine to ever do it.
It's just tough when shots aren't going our way and they're able to really get whatever they want, especially late in the first half. It kind of hurt us again. In the second half, we're trying to battle back. So I got to give them credit. They played really well tonight.
Final score from Columbus, Ohio State 76, Michigan 66.
It's not even the shots didn't fall tonight. We just didn't play with the fire that we needed to, and, that really was needed to win this game. So, we got down, and crawling back on the road is tough. So, they made the shots that they needed to make down the stretch, and we just need to, have that same fire in our gut every game.
There's a little bit of fatigue, but that's no excuse for, the way that we played tonight. We just got to do a better job of, locking in and being prepared for the next game.
Well, obviously this one stings, Coach, because this is one that you could have had on the road, but you just didn't shoot the ball that well, did you?
No, we couldn't make shots, and we couldn't stop them. 52% they shot, and we had another off night from some guys, but we didn't get a lot of open shots. Let's credit their defense. They held us to exactly what they're doing to everybody else in the league, 39%, and we did no different. So a tough game for us, and one that I know that it's probably not an easy game to win, but one of the games that we only have so many opportunities going down the stretch now to continue to win games and stay in the Big Ten hunt and stay in the NCAA hunt. So you got to win games. We didn't tonight.
Down by double digits most of the second half. You cut it to 7. You couldn't quite get closer than that. That's tough to come back when you're constantly climbing uphill, isn't it?
Yeah, we were going to have to play perfect basketball. We did not do that. And they just got a lot of weapons against us. They post up really well. They got easy baskets. Jae'Sean Tate is a tough matchup for everybody. And they hit timely threes. Loving hit a timely 3. And we gave everything that we had right now. And their big guy, was really good. He jumped a hook with his right hand, with his left hand. We had a tough matchup on there for a while, but our kid, we just couldn't stop him. And their little kid Harris came in and hit 2 threes, and that was big as well.
Yeah, Mark Donnell played pretty well for you inside. He really gutted some things out tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we had more rebounds than them. We're doing better than that. He had 17 points. He really working his tail off, and I'm proud of him.
How does it help to have a little bit of extended week now before you get ready for Maryland? That's got to be a little bit of a plus.
Yeah, I think this week took its toll a little bit on us. The 2:30, come back from Minnesota, 2 days rest. Now you play Purdue on really short rest, and you have that excitement, but now you play at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. It takes its toll on our guys, and I think we see it in the shooting numbers we had today.
Coach, thanks for the time.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Later, the unquestionable #1 Michigan basketball fan. But up next, our Iron Man of the Week, who helps his team without putting up gaudy stats. Welcome back. Not every Iron Man has to put up big numbers. As tough as Al Rose Steele is, sometimes the guys who don't play significant minutes have a tough task too, finding a way to help their team succeed in other ways than scoring or rebounding. This week's Al Rose Steele Iron Man of the Week plays that role to perfection. It's freshman center Mo Wagner.
Sehr aufregend, sehr schön. It's very exciting. Amazing, actually. Amazing atmosphere on the campus. The people taking care of me, especially in the beginning when I needed some help with a couple of things. So far I'm doing great.
Chapman to Wagner. A ball fake, a crossover dribble, drives on far, scoop off the glass, yes, and he's fouled.
Now is the first time I'm kind of thinking about home more. In the beginning, or the first couple of months, it wasn't a topic at all because everything was so exciting and I was not used to it. And now, when the season is going along, it's take a long time, it's a long season, obviously, I kind of think about going home in the summer more than I did in the beginning, but I wouldn't call it homesick. Defensively, I made great strides, I think, in terms of rebounding and how to block my man out, simple stuff that I just didn't take care of in the past, and now consider them as a very important feature of my game.
Right back center circle for Doncic, a crossover dribble, lobs for Wagner, pounds it on the deck, up and under, scoop off the glass and goal.
Basketball is my protection for everything else, so if we win, I'm fine with everything. The world looks bright and it's sunny outside, even though it's snowing. And if we lose, it's kind of always a bad mood. And everything is with a little, with that feeling. You have that feeling on your chest. So, I think I'm doing well so far, keeping those struggles in a narrow field.
It doesn't matter where Michigan goes, the maize and blue, the Block M, travels exceptionally well. We could be in Chicago, New York, even here in Columbus. The Wolverines on the basketball floor are well represented, but there is one constant. Michigan calls her their super fan, and so does Ed Kongerski. More on one of the most loyal and emotionally charged Michigan basketball fans for decades.
You don't need to look long to find a familiar face at U of M basketball games. Superfan Dottie Day is always there, and we're not exaggerating.
Have fun. I love those kids. I love those kids.
But it's not just home games, it's all games.
I started going to all the away games in 1974 when the athletic department was looking for ways to get a little extra money and made this announcement that if you want to pay $200 and fly charter with the team, we'll get your tickets, we'll put you up the hotel, blah, 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 blah. And I said, whoa, that sounds like fun.
And she was hooked. Over the past 40-plus years, the Clark Lake native says she's failed to attend only a handful of games.
I missed 3 when my mom died in 1976, and 2 when my dad died in 1996, and then I missed a little less than half a season in 2007 when I had my foot reconstructed.
And that's it. She's been to places like Alaska, the Bahamas, and Hawaii 6 times. This season alone, she's traversed by car or plane about 14,000 miles. The story of her passion usually brings one of 2 responses.
You're nuts. That's one reaction. The other reaction is, you gotta get a life. And I think I have a great life. Michigan basketball isn't all there is to my life, but it certainly is a big part.
Dottie's fandom isn't limited to her travels across the country. It's also very evident here in her home, where she collects everything from photographs to figurines, even shoes like this pair that once belonged to Butch Wade, co-captain of the 1986 Big Ten Championship squad.
It is very maize and blue. It is truly a Michigan basement. If I sell the house, I'm going to advertise it as a Michigan basement.
Day has 2 degrees from U of M and worked at the school for 45 years. She developed this hobby without purposely setting out to do so.
I said I'm going to do this for 1 year, and that 1 year was so much fun that I said I'm going to do this another year. Well, it never ended.
Never ended, but it was challenged. One season, work was backlogged, and her boss didn't think it was a good idea for her to take time off.
And one time they said, you know, we're really strapped for people, and I don't think you can go. And I informed them that I was going, and that if I didn't have a job when I came back, I might have to look for a while, but I'd find another job.
Dottie says she plans to grind it out for at least a few more seasons. She wears her devotion with great distinction.
I'm proud of what I have done, but I am just so proud of the University of Michigan. There is no other. I don't care what anybody says, there is no other.
Spoken by someone who has almost seen them all. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Ed Kingersky.
The women had a really busy week. We'll recap it when we return. This is the lone game for Michigan's men's program this week here in Columbus, but the Michigan women were exceptionally busy. They had 3 games this week. For a recap, here's a busy Sarah Van Meter.
Michigan was in West Lafayette on February 14th. They took care of Purdue 68-61. 4 players scored in double figures, with sophomore Caitlin Flaherty leading the way with 17 points.
Here's Flaherty, 3, left wing, splash. Boogie gets it inside to Thome. Thome to the basket. Nice spin and a little right hook in the lane.
Freshman Hallie Thome had 14 points. Sierra Thompson scored 13, and senior Madison Rostovsky pitched in 11 for the Wolverines, who won their 3rd game in a row. 6th-ranked Maryland on the road Wednesday night, and Michigan jumped out to an 11-4 lead, shocking the home crowd.
Brzezowski on the right side. Great back dish across to Dunston with a left side layup and a finish.
The Wolverines led by as many as 9 points in the first half and took a 1-point lead into intermission. But Maryland used a 9-0 third-quarter run to take the lead for good, ending Michigan's 3-game win streak. Flaherty led Michigan with 17 points. Rostovsky scored a season-high 15 points. 76-56, the final from College Park. Michigan returned to friendly Chrysler Center Saturday, where they honored their 3 seniors before the game against Penn State. Michigan jumped out to a quick 7-point lead, but turnovers and a 14-2 Lady Lion run gave the visitors a 5-point halftime lead. Penn State scored the first 6 points of the 3rd quarter before Michigan began fighting back.
Open left side, 3, got it. Kick out Boogie, downloaded Dunston. Jillian double teamed out to Boogie for 3, it's good. Maddie for 3,
off the side of the rim, but Thome with the offensive rebound and the putback. Back out high to Thompson, out of Flaherty. Caitlin for three. Yahtzee! Her fifth.
Flaherty finished with 30 points and Thome tossed in 20. Michigan wins 78-73 to sweep the season series.
Honestly, even when we were down, I never felt like we were going to lose. I always felt like we were playing to win the game, not afraid to lose it.
Earlier in the year, we wouldn't have found a way, and today we did. So I think that just shows the growth of our program and the maturity of our young kids as well as our seniors.
The Wolverines won their final 4 home games, and now they'll hit the road. They'll take on Northwestern on Tuesday and travel to Rutgers to finish the regular season on Sunday. Both are big games for the upcoming Big Ten tournament seeding and for Michigan's NCAA tournament hopes. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Sarah Van Meter.
Michigan has a chance at one of the more prestigious trophies in college sports. We'll explain after the break.
Grudon continues his big day, hitting Drake Johnson for a Michigan score.
Every Division I program in America strives to win the Directors' Cup. It's given to the best overall athletic program in America. Michigan had a really strong fall. They were ranked 4th, and they have carried that over into a strong winter session as well. MGoBlue.com's Anthony Polidano has more.
No less than 9 Michigan winter sports teams are ranked in the top 10, and one of them, the 3rd-ranked women's swimming and diving team, captured their first Big Ten crown in 12 years on Saturday night in front of the home crowd.
The women claimed 5 individual crowns and 2 relays in the championships. Freshman Siobhan Hawkey won 3 individual titles to lead the Maize and Blue. Head coach Mike Bottom took over the team just 4 years ago. Bottom's other team, the men, are also ranked 3rd, and they look to capture their 6th straight conference crown at the Big Ten Championships this week in West Lafayette, Indiana. On the ice, Red Barons' team is ranked 6th, thanks in part to the most potent line in the country. JT Comfort, Kyle Connor, and Tyler Mott have combined for 63 goals and 77 assists on the season, with Mott notching 28 tallies in 28 games. Speaking of goals, Allie Thomason has 40 goals in just 13 matches to lead the 6th-ranked water polo team. The senior is on pace to shatter the program's single-season scoring record. The number 8 women's tennis team is working on a 7-peat in the Big Ten under head coach Ronnie Bernstein. The Maize and Blue notched their biggest win of the year on Saturday, knocking off number 2 North Carolina 5-2. Women's gymnastics has won the Big Ten 22 of the past 26 seasons and is currently ranked number 3 in the NCAA, thanks in part to freshman phenom Olivia Karas. The all-arounder has already racked up 6 Conference Freshman of the Week award honors this year. And the wrestling team is ranked 6th in the nation, thanks in large part to their undefeated heavyweight, Adam Kuhn. The junior is a perfect 19-0 1 year after finishing as the NCAA's runner-up.
Not to be forgotten, the men's gymnastics team is currently ranked 10th in the country, and if we peek ahead to the spring, the softball team, which made it all the way to the championship game a year ago, is currently ranked 2nd, and their season is already underway. For Inside Michigan Basketball from Canham Natatorium, I'm Anthony Polidano.
Thanks, Anthony. That's it for this edition of Inside Michigan Basketball. We hope you can join us next week. We'll recap the men's game at Maryland as the Wolverines go for a regular season series sweep of the Terrapins, and then the lone meeting of the year against Chris Collins and the Northwestern Wildcats. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody, and go Blue. Inside Michigan Basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Absol Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Gardner White, you'll overpay anywhere else.